It's been months of anticipation for 4-year-old Wyatt Bean. He's been counting the sleeps and waiting for today. After an outpouring of community support back in June, enough money was raised through a soccer tournament to provide the autistic boy with his very own service dog.
On Friday when we picked him up, it was basically the day that our lives changed. It was such a wonderful day.
Walker has been specifically trained by Vancouver-based Leash of Hope assistance dogs to provide Wyatt an extra level of independence and give his family additional support as he transitions into school.
Before Walker came, all of that was it made me physically sick. I just couldn't even consider the possibility of him being in a public school by himself. And then when Walker came, he's specifically trained to help Wyatt with engagement, which will keep him nice and busy so that he doesn't want to bolt. Walker is a tool for emotional stability and regulation and co-regulation. He's also, he gives Wyatt the independence to just be a boy and be able to walk by himself with his dog, which will then train him how to be just by himself eventually.
Seeing how much relief and how much of a resource this is going to be for them, and a resource at school, so there's not as many people always needed. I mean, people are great, but everybody needs some independence. No matter what age or anything you are, you need that independence, and that's what we're giving the family, that's what we're giving the mom and dad, that's what we're giving his sister, and that's what we're giving Wyatt.
Leash of Hope works with young rescue dogs from across North America and trains them into service dogs for people with a wide range of disabilities.
We prepared him as much as we could with skills like putting him in high intensity kid environments in Vancouver, which really helped give him the exposure that he needed to do this kind of work, but he also really enjoyed it, which was a really good sign for us. We did work with him with a harness and a handle to make him very patient and willing to work with someone kind of hanging off of his back constantly.
Each person living with autism is unique. In Wyatt's case, his sensory gets overwhelmed easily, leading to defensiveness and aggressive behavior. He has a tendency to bolt away from his parents in public places, like at a grocery store.
We kind of get judged, and Wyatt gets judged and whatnot, and yesterday the only crying was from me, and it was because I was so happy because they were just walking. Everybody was just walking, and we were just shopping, and I wasn't having to pick stuff up off the floor that had been taken off of the aisles, and I couldn't hear my son screaming across Walmart. So it was such an amazing moment for me to just stand back and take videos and pictures of my family just shopping, and people were still looking at us, but it was in such a different way. It was like, oh, he has a dog. Oh, that's so great. It's so great you could do that for him. And the interactions between us and the community were so much more positive instead of, whoa, look at that family. It was like, wow, look at that family. So that was one of the biggest rewards.
The family says they would like to thank all the sponsors and members of the community who provided Wyatt with a service dog that will not only look after his health and safety, but will also become his lifelong friend. Brendan Miller, CJDC-TV News, Fort St. John.